up? We back again.
Hello, internet world.
Got alpha.
You know what? This is my hair, okay? Look great. You're just a hater. As per always. Haters gonna hate. That's what your job is.
So what's in your mind today?
Top of funnel content. I think. So when we talk about top of funnel, guys, we talk about everything that you use to attract. Right? It is the thing that's going to set you apart. All the stuff that you do that is going to get people to know about your business. Like create awareness. That is what top of funnel is. It's about how do you create awareness about your business. And social media is obviously one of the ways that we use. But social media is a tool and not a format.
Format is something completely
Format
different.
is different and is important because social media is an amplification, right? If you can imagine social media as like the radio, but like what you put on the radio is not social media.
Exactly.
Right. And there's different types of forms. And so we think like social media always has to be short form content, or top of funnel content always has to be like TikTok videos or Instagram and stuff. And like there are multiple thousands, millions of businesses that don't even have an Instagram account because it's not the content that they use in order to top of funnel or to create awareness around their business or their brand. I saw someone recently, she's a big Instagrammer / YouTuber / one of these people. I think she does social media. And she's off Instagram. She's like, it's not serving her business. It's not serving her life. It's a very stressful
Who's this person?
Modern Millie.
I'm gonna look for Modern Millie.
It's very she like deactivated her Instagram account. And though she had YouTube and she had Instagram at the same time. Do you know her?
I'm looking. I think I might.
But anyway, she deleted YouTube. Not YouTube. She deleted Instagram because Instagram. The whole thing with Instagram is you have to show up a specific way, and it's not
She
because
has 482,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes.
At her, okay.
And then how many on Instagram? Like 100 or something.
Just hold on. I know Modern Millie.
Of course you do.
She's deleted Instagram?
She's off Instagram. Yes.
Why?
Because this is what I'm talking about. Are you listening to me?
I'm listening, but I'm trying to find the rationale.
The rationale is that you don't have to be everywhere at all places if it is not contributing to your middle and bottom of funnel activities.
Okay,
if social media.
Okay, here's my question.
Yes,
and I'm not like, for me, it's not like I'm a big advocate of Instagram, because I do find everything has its place, and if it doesn't serve you, and I know there are many businesses that are living and breathing and doing a lot without having to be there, so I get it.
Yes.
Right? But for her format of content, so Modern Millie creates content about basically like building out your marketing for your business, right? And like content businesses.
Yes.
Right? And she, like, if you go onto her YouTube, right, she has built out your next 4-month content, right? That's her thing.
Is this the right person? Let me see.
Yo, Modern Millie.
Yeah, that's her on Instagram. That's her on thingy.
On YouTube,
On
right?
YouTube. Let me co-create her on Instagram.
Content in 1 hour, okay? And she literally has, like, some of her most trending videos are on how to win on Instagram.
Yes.
Right? So, for me, and I'm asking, like, genuinely asking, the congruency just makes sense to be on Instagram. Was it because her Instagram was a personal account, or was she using it for business purposes? Not every brand needs to live on every platform, right? You don't have to be on Instagram if it doesn't serve you. I agree.
Yes.
My opinion
is that if
Instagram
something has served
her.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get the wrestle, but that's not the reference, okay? Just the reference was that we think, and we've conditioned our minds to thinking that social, as in Instagram, Facebook, is the only way that we can create awareness for our businesses.
True.
And so I am alluding to the fact that I think a lot more businesses, especially service-based businesses, should lean into long-form content like podcasts, blogs, and even YouTube videos if they can, and then use Instagram as amplification devices, right?
Yeah.
So where we are falling short, I think, from a lot of service provider businesses is that we're doing the 3-second quick videos, right? Everybody's does, and I know you've seen this because most of the people that we are enrolling either into agency or into fast track have this like perception that they need to do these 30-second videos, right? And our thing is like, no, create the educational content that's going to speak to the person you want to speak to, and then use social media, whether you're going to be repurposing that content or clipping it, basically repurposing it, as an amplification tool as opposed to a medium, right?
Yeah.
So you're not creating TikTok videos because you're creating TikTok videos. You're using TikTok to post videos or snippets of videos that you've already created. Because what happens is that you want to be able to, like, if someone's got your attention, very few people, okay, if someone is like really, really warm, right, in terms of your audience persona, they are interested in what you're doing, they're ideal, they've got money to buy, like 3-second videos aren't going to be the push that they need to give you all the money that they have in their pocket.
You're right,
What
yeah.
you are going to need is actually some sort of educational, nurturing thing, whether it be a podcast, whether it be YouTube, whether it be a webinar, whether it be a training video, where you're actually educating your clients. Because the thing is, Instagram and short form content is that it doesn't do that. It's entertaining. It's like snippy. It's like it's validated content in that, you know, like 3 things to do if you want to succeed. Da 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 da. But like, I'm not going to give you money for that.
No. But you know the thing is, it's who are you thinking of when you get onto a platform? Are you thinking about yourself because you want to be on Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform it may be, or are you thinking about the customer?
Good question.
Or TikTok or whatever platform it may be, or are you thinking about the customer? The customer is coming first, right? And you are serving people who are over the age of 50. If you look at the statistics of people spending time on content, then you on platforms, then you should actually be on TikTok and Facebook if you're serving people over the age of 50, because there is a shocking amount of people over the age of 50 spending a shocking amount of time on TikTok, right? And Facebook. Like literally the graph of active people goes up, it goes down for our age, and it just spikes back up for Facebook. It's the weirdest thing.
No, I get that.
So now, if you're thinking about your customer and you're just like, I need to speak to my customer, I need to serve my customer, I need to educate my customer on why they need to work with me, right? Then where am I going to educate them, and where do they want to be educated on?
Yeah.
Some people don't want to be educated on Instagram. They want to be educated somewhere else.
Yeah.
So then if it doesn't speak to your customer and it doesn't serve your customer, then why are you doing it? Then you're self-serving then.
So before we go any further, we'd like to offer you something totally for free, because if you're enjoying this conversation, we want you to level up your experience with something that we like to call the SMART Guide. So the SMART Guide is our signature framework that we use for our clients, for our fast track enrollees, and for our own business in how we grow, find, build things, find customers, all the things that you need in your business. We have used and developed in this framework. If that is something that you're interested in, click the link below. We would love to send that to you. And if you download it today, we're going to throw in a training which we call the Online Success System, which is one of the fundamental pillars or one of the fundamental principles inside of the SMART framework. So click the link below if that's something that you're interested in. And let's continue with the laughs.
So yes to that, but also if it doesn't nurture enough, right, is that we don't, if someone needs to create what you create for a warm audience, like I'm talking super warm, what you create in 20 minutes for a super warm audience, you may need to create 6 days worth for a cold audience.
You need to keep breaking it down into
Like
small.
So much. A lot of people just need to sit and create a 20-minute video, explain to people what it is that they do, how they service people, what you can expect when you work from me, how you're going to get results, how much it costs, what the payment options are, what it means when you have this, what winning looks like for us, and use that as a selling mechanism as opposed to relying on the TikTok dancing or whatever that we need to do.
And I mean, if you are building brand love and you're trying to make people fall in love with your personality for whatever reason that serves your business, then that's different, right?
Yes.
And that is that is the clouds on top of funnel content.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I don't even know if it's in the funnel. It literally is like the clouds on top, right? It's not directly in the funnel, but it helps.
No, it does. I mean, it's still top of funnel. It's still top of funnel. It's
like
just
very,
like
very,
it's
very
it's like unattributable, right? You're just
Yes.
like it will work, it will work. It's a nice to have.
It's a nice to
It's
have.
a nice to have. It's the same way. So the example that we're using, right, is when Coca-Cola advertises. Coca-Cola's not advertising for you to buy Coke, guys. Like, let us know. When has ever Coca-Cola said,
Coca-Cola sells happiness.
go to Coca-Cola, go to the pharmacy or go to the store now and buy a Coke. It's $7.99. You will never see a Coke ad like that. Coke is selling a feeling. They're selling joy. They're selling Christmas. They're selling vibes. But a lot of us try and advertise like Coke, but we don't have Coke money. And we don't have Coke awareness.
No.
So we need to be creating content far down. Like if you as a service provider, like like a coach or a consultant or a healthcare professional or or a therapist or something, if you do not have a 20-minute VSL of what I just said, who you are, what you do, how you serve people, do it right now. Let that piece of content live on the YouTube, free.
People need to find it somewhere.
Unrestricted.
Yeah.
Put it on your website. Because you are missing out on credible customers because you are not explaining to people what it
What
is
that you're
searchable.
doing. One of the first things that used to frustrate me so much when I started my agency. So I had a full service digital marketing agency in 2014, 15, somewhere there. And the first thing that used to frustrate me was websites, and I'd go through every piece of copy on a website. Like, so
I still don't know what you do. I still don't know what you do. What is it? What I don't understand. Yeah.
And you go through like a LinkedIn bio of like the company, just like,
I wonder what they do. It sounds so cool to work here. I wonder what they do.
And everyone does this, big and small.
You know what it is?
Everyone
is that
does
we want to smart. We want to sound smart.
You talk around
Yeah.
what you do, right? We create experience. So the events.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, you say that, right? But like the opposite is true. Like sometimes you just need to learn the terminology that resonates. So it's the whole thing is to understand who you're talking to, because sometimes you are talking to your colleagues and that is not helpful. Like think about it from a marketing perspective, right? If we were going to be talking about like, oh yeah, no, we're going to guarantee ROI. This is our ROAS. This is our click-through rate. These are our cost per acquisitions. We're talking to other marketers, guys.
Yes.
We're not talking to our customers. Customers want to know that if you work with us, this is what you're going to get. You are going to get a place where people can find out about what it is that you're able to do. But before they do that, we're going to create a mechanism or a system that is going to determine whether or not they're the right person for you.
For you to invest that time and energy and
in
resources
nurturing
into.
them.
Like it seems so simple, but it's not just about finding your customer where they are, but you need to find out, what does your customer want to know?
Yeah.
A lot of people are telling their customers things they really
don't care about.
And all the reason why the customer's paying attention is they're trying to find somewhere in there, in
is this the
word
thing?
cloud that you're doing. They're just waiting for that. Yes, that.
Yeah. And it takes a long time, I will tell you. Like it landed very recently with us also, where we were like, oh, you guys want funnels. Why didn't you just say that? And it's weird because like 90% of the people that we come across that want funnels don't actually understand what a funnel is. They don't understand
what it is.
And when they do, they're like, that's exactly what I thought it was. And that, yes.
I just don't know what to call it.
Yes.
Like, for example, like if you are a certain type of therapist, right? I mean, we talk, how many occupational therapists have we come across, but they all do different things?
So many. I didn't even know that occupational therapy was like
so broad.
So everyone's like, I'm an occupational therapist, but I deal with like people's mental health. You're like, wait, are you?
Do you know that my kids have occupational therapists? They've got 3 occupational therapists at the school that my kids go to. One is for speech.
Y'all are rich. Kids at school with What?
What?
How much are we paying you?
Children are expensive.
Too expensive.
What?
Children, please.
Do your kids have occupational therapists at this? Please let us know. I want to know in the comments below. What? Okay.
Let me tell you why.
Clearly, Club She is paying you way too
Every
much.
school has occupational therapists,
Okay.
but they won't tell you. Like, you will just know, oh, she's a speech therapist. But she's actually not a speech therapist. She's an occupational
I mean,
therapist.
even speech therapists, I didn't have that in my school.
Like,
But continue.
she's a speech therapist, but actually, by title, she's an occupational therapist. I only learned this like months later. I was like, oh, the lady who does speech stuff is actually an occupational therapist. Then the occupational therapists who actually design curriculums, especially for early child development, and they do it through play because it like the child's work is to play.
Yeah.
Another occupational therapist. Then there's, occupational therapists. Like, I don't even know. First of all, I only learned about occupational therapists in my 30s, I think.
I'm learning about them right now.
Wow.
At this big age.
And now we're still not putting a pin in what does an occupational therapist do.
And then so what someone will say on their anythings that I'm an occupational therapist.
And we still have absolutely no idea what to do.
Or they'll say I'm a speech therapist, and then you're just like, I don't know what that is. And then it's almost to say, like, if your child, like how you break that down, and maybe I'm going to get this wrong, but like if your child hasn't reached their talking milestones, or they're not conversational, or they
struggle
aren't
to concentrate. I didn't know speech therapists help children concentrate.
Really?
Yes.
Why don't they just help them speak?
Communication is two ways. So if a child can't actually sit and listen, then they have a problem with communication. I don't know that. So for exactly
So
what you're
badly
talking-
behaved children just need occupational therapists?
It depends on the behavior, not all children.
Guys, if your kids are acting up, send them to an OT.
But that's the thing. That's the point. Like, a lot of us might need an occupational therapist and we don't know. But also, you can't just say, hey, I'm an occupational therapist and then keep quiet.
And we do that. We do that. We do that a lot. I'm a business coach. I'm a life coach.
We are business coaches, ne? But what we do within the business spectrum is like this portion of it.
So small.
And everything else that we do around that, as funnel building, as brand strategy, as
Media buying.
media buying, all speaks to this one small thing. But I think that even both of us, the mistakes that we made before this version of Club She is that we gave people the broad thing.
Too much.
We started at the big thing.
Which is what the problem, yes, too much. We were giving too much. We were just like saying too many things.
We didn't understand ourselves. Let's just be honest with it. We just didn't understand ourselves and our customers.
But it's a learning experience, right? And that's the whole thing with marketing. And you guys will hear us talk about this, is that you have to test it. Like, you will not know 100% when you do this thing. It's like it's arrogant to think that you will, actually. Like, it is so prideful for you to be like, I am going to knock this thing out the ballpark. I am the authority. I know what I'm talking about. This is right. Like, you have to be so humble. Oh my goodness.
Because then you have to look for the clues. You have to look at, like, how are people actually responding to what I'm doing?
Yes.
Because if we had just gone and said, this is what we want to do.
This is what they need. This is what they
what you
need.
need.
Yes. That's the other thing. But we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, because we just rambled. This was long. What did we actually speak about?
No, we spoke about a lot. No, we spoke about the funnel. We spoke about your top of funnel content, the intention and the education and the level of awareness that you actually need to create. Like, we need to find you somewhere on the internet that has a place that tells us what you do. Otherwise, just don't do it.
It
Just,
sounds so simple.
yeah.
But just
So
tell people
today,
what you do.
create a 15, 20-minute video, just talking to yourself on camera. If you had a consultation with a person in your room, in your studio, in your office, explain to us what it is that you do. Put that video on LinkedIn and write down what it is that you do so it's searchable, right? All the keywords that people would be searching. So what is an occupational therapist? Put it under there and answer the question. What is a speech therapist? How is a speech therapist different from an occupational therapist? Whatever this thing is, right? You know the questions that your people are asking. If you don't, go answer the public. They'll tell you. And put it on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a free platform that you can use, and it's SEO powered. It is literally going to be the first or
Linked up,
second or
literally.
third search option that you're going to get anywhere on the internet. You cannot beat SEO for LinkedIn. And wait,
We need to do that.
we do need to do that.
Okay, bye.
Bye.